The 2024 Coke Zero Sugar race around Daytona Speedway in Florida is on this weekend, and just kind of preview everything, guys. You know how it is on this channel. I'm bringing you 5 drivers that you should be looking out for this weekend. So let's have a look at the drivers I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. So I didn't feature him in my last one, but I'm going to feature him in this one. It's Kyle Busch. Now he's definitely a mainstay on this show because he's just on the edge of getting into the playoffs without actually assuring his place yet, because he's not had a victory yet this season. Now Kyle did have a very good showing at Michigan. He ended up finishing in 4th place in that race and looked as though he could have got the win, that fabled win to ensure his playoff place, but just missed out in the end. But still, a 4th place gets him up to 17th in the championship overall. Now, with the way I understand how the playoffs work, because the playoffs are very complicated and how it all gets worked out in NASCAR, but basically, in general, the top 16 go through to the playoffs, but there are exceptions. It's all determined on how many wins you get as well. Now, currently outside the top 16, there is only one person who has won a race that counts towards the playoffs. Obviously, Austin Dillon did win a race, but that was later expunged in terms of his actual points that he gets towards the playoffs, so he does not qualify with that. Austin Cindric is the only driver from outside the top 16 currently in the driver standards that has a win that counts towards that. So that essentially means that you need to be in the top 15 to ensure your place. Kyle Busch is obviously in 17th, so he's just on the edge of that. He's on the bubble, as they say. He's in that region, and also in that region as well is Chase Briscoe as well. So he's not had a victory yet either this season. He's down in 18th in the standings overall. He's come close, of course, got a 2nd place in New Hampshire. But yeah, Daytona is a completely different beast. Now, while Kyle Busch did win here back in 2008, and I'm only counting the actual this race, because there is obviously the Daytona 500 as well, but I'm only counting this race statistics because there's so many stats to go through. There's been so many races at Daytona over the years. I will be going through who is the most successful driver of all time around Daytona in terms of all the NASCAR races for a different video, but that's not this video. Let's have a look at Chase Briscoe. So yeah, he needs a good result to be sure of getting through to the playoffs. Really, he's got to get some top 5s basically. It did not go to plan for him in Michigan though. 31st overall he was classified. I think he was caught up in one of the wrecks there, so that's why he was so far down. And I'm also going to highlight Todd Gilliland as well. He's in 20th overall in the standings. He kind of needs a miracle really to make the playoffs. And to be totally fair to the guy, he's not had that many top finishes, no top 5 at all this season, so it is a huge ask for him to pull out a miracle and actually get through to the playoffs, really going on that form. On the other side of things, I'm going to have a look at a couple drivers here that are actually on the edge of falling out. Their places are not yet assured. If we get 2 winners in these last two races that are from outside the playoff places, the places of these 2 drivers are under threat. These are, of course, it's going to start with Bubba Wallace. Now, Bubba has had some good races recently, not in Michigan, obviously, but 2 top 5s in a row before that. He has come close to winning on a couple of occasions. His highest finish this season has been 4th place. But, you know, Daytona is the lottery effect of, you know, anything can happen around here. And he just needs to stick with that leading group, and he's always in with a shot of victory. Similar to for Ross Chastain. He too is in the top 16. He's currently in 13th position, but no win yet. If like I said, if we get some random winners from further down the grid, he could be under threat for his playoff place. But all he has to do is hope that someone else, or himself obviously, but if someone else from inside the top 10 or so wins the race, which is likely of course, then he'll be through to the playoffs come what may pretty much at that point. But yeah, big ask for him to get a good result around here, of course. No wins this season to his name. Highest finish overall, I believe for him, is 4th place as well, looking at it. Yes, 4th place. So there we go, guys. Those are the 4 drivers I'm going to be looking out for around this weekend. Coke Zero 400. Who are you looking out for this weekend as well around Daytona? No matter what, it is bound to be entertaining. I love Daytona. What a circuit it is. And hopefully the weather holds off as well. Quite a bit of rain forecast in Florida over these next few days, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, let us know your prediction for the winner this weekend as well. And of course, we'll be back here with some more NASCAR content on the NASCARchronicle.com very soon.